Good afternoon and welcome to your weekly FX Options Report. Today is Wednesday, July 13, 2011. The major U.S. equity averages are posting an advance higher by over 1%, snapping a three-day losing streak. Today's advance in the equity markets come on the heels of Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke testifying before the Senate Banking Committee on Capitol Hill. Now, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke did say that if additional stimulus measures are necessary to help the economy, then those measures will be implemented. Those comments do come on a day after the FOMC minutes for the latest meeting were released. And moving on to global fundamentals, GDP figures for the second quarter out from China came in better than expected. Also, retail sales and industrial production figures came in above expectations. And over in the Eurozone, there are sovereign debt jitters that continue. And despite Moody's downgrading the credit rating of Ireland, today the euro currency is trading higher against the US dollar. Now, on Tuesday, the euro dollar fell below its 200-day moving average and fell below 139. In today's trading session, the US dollar as well as the yen and Swiss franc are seeing modest weakness against the other major currencies. Now, one way to trade your views on US dollar strength or weakness is to take a look at IC's FX options. One advantage is that they are US dollar denominated. For more information, you can go to www.fxoptions.com. And in your next segment, which is your daily trend opinion, we'll take a look at the major IC FX option pairs, starting out with the AUX, the US dollar, against the Australian dollar. Now, for that pair, the downside does prevail, and as long as the resistance at 98 is not breached, the risk of a break below the 90.75 level is high. The preference of trading central analysts for the AUX is short positions below 98, with targets coming in at 90.75 and 89.15 in extension. And moving on to the BPX, the US dollar against the British pound, caution is advised. Now, that pair is currently challenging its resistance, and the RSI calls for caution. The preference of trading central analysts for the BPX is short positions below 63.50, with targets coming in at 61.30 and 60.50 in extension. For the CDD, the US dollar against the Canadian currency, the key short-term resistance comes in at the 99.30 level. The CDD is reversing down from that strong resistance area of 99.30, and therefore the preference of trading central analysts for the CDD is short positions below 99.30, with targets coming in at 94.50 and 93 in extension. Moving on to the UI, the US dollar against the euro, caution is advised. The pair is currently challenging its resistance, and the RSI is capped by declining trend line. Therefore, the preference of trading central analysts is short positions below 72, with targets coming in at 69.50 and 68 in extension. For the SFC, the US dollar against the Swiss franc, the downside does prevail. Now, the RSI is capped by a declining trend line, and it does remain within a bearish channel. The SFC is also challenging its support. The preference of trading central analysts for the SFC is short positions below 87.50, with targets coming in at 82.75 and 80.65 in extension. Last but not least, for this segment, let's take a look at the YUK, the US dollar against the yen. Now, that pair is currently under pressure, and it is also approaching its previous low. The preference of trading central analysts for that pair is short positions below 82.50, with targets coming in at 78.25 and 77 in extension. And now, moving on to your weekly trend opinion, we'll take a look at the US dollar, which is currently approaching some key levels. In terms of portfolio performance since its inception, which was in August of 2007, it is higher by 2,458.76%. And since the beginning of this year, January of 2011, it is higher by 623.76%. We do have two trade alerts for you right now, including puts on the PZO and puts on the NZD. Now, starting out with the puts on the NZD, the US dollar against the Kiwi, it stands below its new resistance and remains under pressure. Also, the daily RSI for that pair is badly directed. And in regards to puts on the PZO, the US dollar against the Mexican peso, it also stands below its resistance, and the daily RSI for the PZO remains capped by a declining trend line, which does call for further weakness. Trading Central analysts will also be keeping a close eye on the following pairs, including the EUI, the BPX, the YUK, and the SFC. Looking ahead to next week, Trading Central analysts will be taking a close look at the following 4 pairs, including the CDD, the SKA, the AUX, and the NZD. Starting out with a look at the CDD, it is posting a rebound and stands below its resistance. Regarding the SKA, the US currency against the Swedish krona, it is shaping a bearish flag and it is also challenging its resistance. Regarding the AUX, it is currently posting a rebound and approaching a former bearish flag pattern. Last but not least, for the NZD, it is still under pressure and the daily RSI is capped by a declining trendline. And that does wrap it up for your weekly FX options report. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday for your latest update. Thanks for watching and have a great day.